Okay guys, so today's video I'm going to talk about how you can leverage prop firms. Currently prop firms, they're getting a lot easier to pass. They're actually releasing higher profit splits. Basically all the benefits now with prop firms, it would be stupid if you didn't start to leverage them within your trading currently. So obviously I trade with prop firms. You guys have seen on the channel a lot recently. There's been payouts, challenges passed, and in the past we've also done a lot on prop firms. I've tried to pass them with expert advisors. I've done challenges with prop firms, everything like this. So today I'm going to talk about how you can leverage it for your personal gain to obviously in the long run make more profit, and pretty much how to get the best experience out of trading with these firms. So firstly, I just want to talk about if you're not using prop firms and you're kind of against them. Let me just put it into perspective for you guys. So let's say $100,000 prop firm, so $100,000 in your trading account. Obviously you only get to trade with 10,000 of this because you can only lose $10,000 and then the account's gone. But let's just say it's a $100,000 account. In this account it costs around £500, $500 to actually take a challenge and pass this. Once you've actually passed, let's say you make a profit, you withdraw that, you get your $500 refund. With that $500, you could either put that into a personal account and trade a $500 account, or you could put it towards a prop firm, same $500, pass a prop firm, make 5% profit, only 5%, and you've made $5,000. So making 5% on a $500 account is obviously a lot smaller. It's only $25 rather than $5,000. Return on investment from a prop firm is insane, especially as you get refunds. So if you pass and you get a payout, you actually receive a refund from the challenge fee which you actually paid in the first place. And also a lot of firms are actually offering 120, 130% refunds, so you can actually make profit from just paying the challenge and just making a small profit on the account. Even if you make £2 and you withdraw the £2, you still get your refund and everything like that from the firm. And recently, a lot of the big firms have actually released the unlimited time phase, so you don't have to pass within 30 days or within 60 days for phase 1 or phase 2. The main benefit of this is that it kind of relieves a lot of pressure, which a lot of traders actually had before. They'd actually go into a prop firm and wouldn't be able to reach the profit target in time within the 30 or the 60 days time limit which they actually had to pass. But obviously before you pick a firm, make sure you can actually meet the requirements. Can you stay within drawdown limits? Can you trade the exact same way you normally trade, in regards to news, drawdown, pairs, spread, etc. These are all things which you actually need to look into before you spend your hard-earned money on a prop firm challenge. Let's say, for example, you have passed the challenge. You've passed both phases or a single phase depending on your firm, and you are starting to make profit. What should you do to start leveraging the account? So I'd say the first payout is always the most important, because your ego, you're feeling quite confident. You've just passed 2 phases, you've got your certificates, you're on a funded account now, and you keep 80% of the profit. So you're obviously going to feel quite confident in your trading, which obviously you should feel quite confident when you're trading anyway. If you're doubting all your setups, then you won't trade at your optimal performance level. On this first payout, you kind of want to just aim to get any profit. I know it sounds quite stupid, but this is key. You want to make it a risk-free trading account. So once you've actually made profit, you can then process your withdrawal, whether it be 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, whatever minimum time the firm actually allows you before you can withdraw your first profit. The 7-day ones, even better. You make a small trade, even if it's $100, $1,000, $10,000, anything. If you make a small profit, I personally aim for like 1 to 3%. So you'll see a lot of my payouts have been like 4 or 5K. And this is because I aim for like 3% or 2 to 3%, which is on a 200K account, 4 or 5K, or like 4 to 6K profit. And the reason for this, I've got the payout, I got the refund. So now any trades I make, if I blow the account, it doesn't matter, I've made profit. If I make profit, that's good, it's just extra money on top. It kind of removes that doubt in your mind that if you lose this account, I could just lose the money which I invested in it. Obviously, in normal investments, you still have your initial deposit at risk as well. But with prop firms, if you've actually put the money in, you've got your refund, you've got a small payout or a large payout, whatever it may be, you're then risk-free and you can kind of trade freely without the pressure of having to make a large amount of profit, get on the trading leaderboards, everything like this. Just make a small amount of profit and then just go about your day and just wait for the payout. Simple as that. And if you want to have really good consistency with these prop firms, if you did this every single payout or every single profit split period, you'll see some crazy consistency. A lot of the top traders I actually know, either on YouTube, Twitter, or just in real life, that aren't really public, they always trade with small profit targets in mind. I guess it's best if you don't even have a profit target, but they're not aiming for 20, 30, 40, 50% monthly profits. You know, if you look at US stock market, average is like 7-8% a year. So if you're making more than that, I mean, you're making more than the average return on investment in an index fund, in a hedge fund, or anything like this. So you're doing quite well. And if you can do this consistently, 2% a month doesn't sound like a lot, but 24% in a year, you've got a 400k funded account. That's $100,000. You've got up to $1 million in funding. That's $250,000, but it's only 2% a month. But if you are looking to fully leverage prop firms and make as much money as possible, you can actually use the profits from the payout or use your refund to actually just purchase more prop firm challenges. So for example, if you pass a $200,000 prop firm and you get your $1,000 refund, a lot of the firms will actually allow you to opt in to then use that refund past another $200,000 account. And obviously if you do this as well, you can either keep that refund or use it with another firm, because a lot of them max out at $400,000, but it allows you to then have $400,000 instead of $200,000, because that refund is just going back in your bank anyway. So if you have a good strategy, you can trade profitably, and you just pass one, why not just pass another one and scale up to $400,000 per firm? A lot of them even offer up to $500,000-$600,000 in funding with each individual company. And once you've done this, you might have 4 or 5 different firms, $100,000, $200,000 with each. And this is when you can start to maybe use a trade copier. And myself personally, I've done videos on trade copiers on the channel. You guys can go check them out, explaining all the settings I used. But the main benefit of this is if I take a trade on one account, risking 1% on a $200,000 account, and I make 5%, that then copies over to another 200k account, so I actually make 10%. Obviously you're risking 2% technically, but you're risking 1% of a 400k account. So you're making, 5% on 400k rather than 10% on 200k accounts. And once you actually start to link the accounts together, you have multiple accounts, you can kind of trade it as one large account. So obviously you're risking 1% of each individual account, but let's say you have 5 $200,000 accounts, you're technically trading one $1 million account. If you make 2% in a month, that's obviously $20,000 in that month. So it starts to add up with these small percentage gains, but it's obviously large monetary gain on these exact same trades. The best way to actually leverage your profits, so let's say you're up 4 or 5% in the account and you want to continue trading, maybe it's early into the profit split, and this is only something I'd advise doing, or actually I'd never would really advise people doing this, but it's just something I've seen other people do. And you'll see a lot of people actually higher on the prop firm leaderboards actually use this exact way of trading. So what you do is, let's say you're 5% in profit, you can just risk the amount you have in profit and make more profit. So I used to do this a lot with challenges, and I used to say to people that were actually struggling to make the profit target on challenges. So maybe they can make 7% but couldn't quite reach the 10% profit target. So what I'd say was, maybe consider risking the profits which you've actually made. Obviously not all of them, but let's say you're up for 7%, you need to make 10%, you can lose 5% in a day and your time's running out on the challenge maybe. You can risk 4% on the trade, and obviously you only have to make 3%, so less than a 1-to-1, and you've made the profit target. The best thing about the challenges is if you actually do this and the trade loses, well, you're still going to get your free retry anyway. And that's why I recommend doing this on a challenge, not really on a funded account, but it's definitely something you can do. But make sure you always stay above break even, so at the end of the day you still get a payout from the profit split, and do not go over your drawdown targets as well. The best thing to do is actually invest your prop firm profits when they come into your bank into a personal live trading account, and you can compound this up with either external income outside of trading, other businesses, or reinvest your profits from your prop firm accounts. At the end of the day, tomorrow you could blow a prop firm account, and if that's your only account and you don't have a live account alongside it, you then have nothing to trade with. You have to start taking more challenges and everything like that. Whereas if you have a personal account that's growing alongside, maybe a small portion of your prop firm profits actually go into this account, it slowly grows and grows and grows. The end result could be a personal account which actually starts to exceed the amount in your funded accounts, that's just the goal, and that's something that is definitely achievable if you start reinvesting your profits. If you guys did enjoy this video, maybe learned a little thing or two, then be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below how you guys are getting on with your prop firm experiences. So I'll see you guys in the next video.